All right, so we are gonna cast a replay of the game between Rahima, Turdieva, and RiskRefugees, the game that happened just a second ago. Since we had parallel games going on, we could not stream both at the same time. Okay. Let's see. So we have Protoss, Terran, Zerg versus Zerg, Protoss, Terran. Okay.
Oh,
So
two people from top team starting off with T2.
yes, Terran starts T2 versus Protoss, which is okay, and Zerg starts T2 versus Terran, which is okay as well. And we have Barcode going with Stalker versus Zerg, which is the correct opener. But the Zerg opened with the Roaches, which is gonna be very painful later. The normal opener for Zerg is either go full Link or go T2 and go Queen Lurker Hydralisk. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, Kilmot wanted to start T2 and he cancelled the last moment. So the bottom team has no T2. Do you know how I hide this? Hide. Okay, I don't know how to hide this. I don't know the hotkey.
What are you trying to hide?
The right side replay menu.
Oh, I don't think you can hide.
It is possible to hide. There's a specific hotkey, but okay, doesn't matter. I will figure out for the next game. So we have Roaches with two queens, and they're gonna Stalker's gonna do their thing, what they do versus armored units. They're gonna defense them now, and it makes Stalker stack with the Terran. And as we can see, Barcode is full back, and Terran is almost full front. So this is the correct way how to approach Protoss and Terran team follow up. And they have no problem to clear out both the Zerg and the Protoss follow up after that. And since the Red Terran Killamot has to deal with a lot of Stalkers in the early game, and early before his wave comes, the Zerg has no problem to clear it out with some Infestor. So they're doing very correct openers. At least Zerg is doing correctly and Protoss is doing correctly. The Hellbats is a bit questionable, but it's been working out so far fine because there was a Zealot opener at the beginning. Usually, like what high level players would do, they would skip the Hellbats and have like a more Ravens and more Liberators and more Marines if they are already T2. So we have double stack on both teams. We have Zerg with Proto stacking, Queens and Stalkers, and we have Stalkers with the Bio stacking. And seems like the advantage goes to the top team since they have more DPS damage per second than the bottom team. They have no
Yeah,
problem.
Marines are very good, especially versus those units that were on the field there.
Mm-hmm.
They did not have anything to kill them fast enough.
Exactly, yes. Nice micro from Necro Shader. He manually threw the turret a bit back. That's very good to help tank a bit more damage. And we have more stalkers coming from Barcode. Let's see if he gets any upgrades for those stalkers. No upgrades. He's believing just getting pure units. Where is his worker?
His worker is
Oh, there it
hiding.
is. Okay, so he's not T2. I wanted to check if he's Tier 2 yet. I
So
don't
if
believe moving forward is a correct choice here. He should stay back.
the problem that I am seeing with the pure stalker versus Zerg is that later on it could actually be a problem.
Yes, that is later on. For early game, it's totally fine. He could benefit from reason why pure stalker is still fine because there are roaches in front. So roaches are gonna drain the queen transfusion energy from the stalkers, and then the roaches die, and then there's no problem clearing out queens because there's a Terran bio coming up after. But he should be back, and she should probably okay. He got upgrades. Very good. So this is the reason why you don't get queens with roaches, is because the roaches get so much damage from stalker that they drain queen energy anyway. So that's why you don't want to have. That's why you don't want to have roaches in front of the queens. Necro Shader
Ooh, this
has
stack
3
is.
Ravens and 12 Marines. It's enough to kill the
Ooh,
bunker.
red already has 4 tanks here.
Yes, and he's full back. He celebrates it with the gas. Um, Probably Repta could use some links and mutants full front to catch the siege tanks and protect them. So Risky Venture gets some Ravagers. I think it was even micro because it landed between the units. And the Lurker is not scanned and it's in a diagonal, so it kills everything there. Okay, we have a Disruptor. Oh, the Disruptor had 5 kills. 5 soccer kills. That's a nice return of investment. But I really, really need to scan that Lurker. That Lurker is doing way more damage than it's supposed to. Like, it was supposed to be dead like already like a couple 10 seconds ago. And Disruptor managed to wait out the cooldown, but we didn't saw the second shot, unfortunately. Killmot has 0-0 on his bio and 4 siege tanks. To be honest, I don't really see that working in any of the scenarios. So I'm not 100% sure why he's not getting any upgrades. He could definitely benefit if he's already T2. Okay, we have three disruptors. Oh, the disruptor shots are pretty good. They killed Infestor, all the lurkers, but Barcode managed to blink back and save his stalkers.
Oh, blue is coming out with some libs here.
Killmot is going for the second gas and not getting any upgrades, going for second gas, which is gonna be a huge liability to his team. And his teammates has to carry out his early investment in the gases. Let's see if the siege tanks can survive long enough to do any significant value. But yeah, basically they died while sieging.
The one issue I am seeing right here with this Zerg versus Zerg is that the queens are allowing the lurkers to kind of stack there because they're not able to kill them, but it is allowing them to just stay back and not hit the nexus. So that's also another issue that the toss is having to run into right now.
Mm-hmm. Because it's way better just allow Nexus to do the DPS than than push it back to the bunker line. The bunker line where like between the bunker line, like where the Nexus like range ends and up to the middle is the worst possible place where you want to be. So basically if you are trying to stack you want to be at the Nexus or you want to be across the middle. But the between the middle and your bunker is no man's land where you don't ever want to be.
Okay, so now they're fighting a little bit closer to the nexus.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite exactly where you want to be yet, because it does still allow them to stack here.
Yes, Nexus is barely not touching those libs. Sorry, lurkers. I'm dreaming about liberators already, since I've been seeing them so often. Okay, we have 5 disruptors. Let's see the shots. Okay, Barcode managed to dodge them, and then there's a follow-up shot that hit Immortal, unfortunately, not the stalkers. Third gas from Kilmanot, while his teammate Reptum has 0 gas. Um, I'm not really.
And
I
given the
don't really
fact that
understand. I don't really understand that.
I do enjoy the fact that he is microwing those disruptor balls though, because I think watching the disruptor shots are one of the more exciting parts of this game. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yes, disruptor shots definitely are enjoyable if you're not on the receiving end. I myself personally, I like disruptor shots. I like to see units dying towards them. I'm not sure why. It's maybe some like a caveman gene kind of hits in, but it's definitely fun to watch, and I can appreciate quality disruptor shots. Oh, that was a very good one. He killed a couple of the stalkers, three stalkers.
Yeah, he's actually
Mhm.
doing a pretty good job with those disruptors.
Yes, it would be very good if he could save like couple, just shoot only that many as necessary to clear out the wave, and then save it for his actual wave. That would be very good. Uh, One thing that I noticed is that Necro Shader has T3 Liberators with range, but She's doesn't have any Void Rays, no Phoenix, only a couple Stalkers that they probably are auto blinking, so they're not gonna kill the Liberators. Lurkers are clearing out the Lynx, so Lynx are not really gonna have any of the say in the game. They're not. They're relying on Observer to clear out the Lurker, but it's not
Yeah, and
gonna really work.
the problem again is that we're running into that same thing where we're back in the middle of the field where it's allowing them to stack again. So that's going to be unfortunate when the top team is able to completely stack their units and
Mhm.
kill their nexus here.
So
It does
it's
look like Red has 4 gas now.
yes and zero upgrades. So Killamot is 12 minutes in game with zero upgrades. Oh, he has +1 on air. To be fair, it's not gonna be enough in this level of the games we're gonna see in the tournament. Not having upgrades at 12 minutes, it's critical mistake. That's not even mentioning that 4 gases while your teammate is on 0 gas. It's definitely a questionable decision. Okay, we have couple of 2 carriers from Barcode. 3 carriers without any. We have +3 on Stalkers and Immortals, which is okay. I would definitely would like to see some Zealots. Okay, we have our Detours to kill out any of the possible stacking units, like Raven and Liberator.
Oh well, we have a risky venture coming in with an ultra here.
Ultra Risk versus Siege Tank Marauder. Well, Ultra Risk is not bad versus Zerg units, especially when it comes like Lynx and Roaches coming in. Ultra Risk is not a bad unit. And since they're having massive lead, it's actually not bad. The funny thing is that the top team only has 2 gas, 1 0 1 gas, and red has 4 gases. He's actually having advantage in income. So let's see if the top team notices that they actually should get another gas here, or
So the
maybe
bottom team
second one.
has 6 now. So
Mhm,
actually, right now, like you're right. They don't have they're not losing much income right here.
mhm. Well, if they're going for mass gas strategy, then they should even it out and have it like triple gas on all three or something on that series. But let's
Oh,
see
for
where it
sure.
goes. Probably the top team's gonna gas at some point, so it's not gonna be that important. And since the middle income is giving free +1 mineral anyway, it doesn't really matter. So even if the Risky Venture gets a second gas, he's already even on income. Okay, we have okay. There's a scan. Okay, nice disruptor dodge. So it seems like there's a Tempest is an ongoing theme in the current group stages. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of Tempest in the semifinals or finals because that's not really a common thing in the highest level of gameplay. But it may work out here. We have siege tanks with +1. Bio is still 0-0. Maybe those sieges gonna stack and help with the Zerg wave, but we need the teammate to be full front to catch those siege tanks. And maybe some Vipers to pull them back. You can. One thing that players who are not playing at the pro scene may not know is that Zerg players with Vipers can pull back or yoink in the slang word their own teammate units, which is a popular stacking opportunity to do. Okay, we have more and more carriers coming with +2. We have two Tempests trying to chew them down, but probably would like to see some Void Rays. Void Ray and
Yeah, those
Sentry.
carriers are eventually gonna start killing those the Protoss wave so quickly that the Tempest won't be able to even get hits off of them.
Yes, yes. Having a Sentry and couple of Void Rays would be very, very beneficial there. So we have second gas from Shiz, and we have first gas from Necroshader and second gas from Barcode. So I believe income should even it out. This. Okay, Nexus is starting to take some damage, only on shields though. So it's acceptable.
And those carriers are 3+3 attack, so
That's very, very true.
this is not going to be good.
It's regarding carrier counters. It's a common misconception that people would like to go Tempest because Tempest do extra damage versus massive. But the problem with the Tempest and difference between the ladder, like multiplayer, is that in multiplayer and ladder you can actually use the Tempest manually and target fire, while in direct strike you cannot. And since Void Ray Sentry combination is a bit higher DPS than Tempest combination, for the value of money, it's considered a better option, and it could be used to kill other things as well. There's no vision on those lockers on the corner, so they're gonna kill a lot of extra units. Yeah, it seems to me that it's a slow death situation here.
Yes, for sure. Even if they do manage to get the right units out at this point, the top team has had the middle advantage. Even if the bottom team tried to keep up with their gas, the top team still is slightly ahead in gas.
Mhm.
Um, with all players being C3 and the top team having the right composition of units already, it's going to be very difficult to see a turnaround here.
Yes, yes. With every second, the chances of winning are diminishing. Not saying that it's quite high at the moment.
Yeah, so the biggest problem with these Tempests right now is even if they can save the Tempest, the follow-up wave is Terran, so they don't have a huge advantage to be saved or
That's
any
true.
at all.
Yes, that's very true. Especially with four Thors and four Vikings and three Ravens. The Tempests are not gonna have enough time to do any significant damage before they get deepest down by Terran. high DPS units.
Yes. And with this double stack, this could mean their Nexus here. Oh, no, the Nexus managed to get that.
Nexus has acquired 130 kills, helping out the bottom team with some damage. Yeah, but the carriers are doing such an insane damage with +3 attack. Does she has an base armor? He has only +1 armor, so the carriers are doing extra damage. The 4 Tempests stacked, but as we talked already, Tempests like to prioritize them instead of Vikings.
You know what I'm looking at too? Red still has his bio not at 3-3, so he is fighting opponent with 3-3 bio, and he has 1-2 bios. So that is also a problem. I think if he did have 3-3 Marauders, those Thors could possibly die faster.
Mm-hmm. Well, if he wants to go 3-3, I would say he needs to have more bio than he currently has. Like, he's kind of in the middle between bio and mech, so he probably could benefit from having like up to 3-4 lines of bio and having 3-3, yes. So we have carriers from Shiz as well.
And yes, I think you're absolutely right. If you look right now at this moment, if he did have Void Rays, it would actually melt those carriers really quickly because there are no ground units to protect the Void Rays from, I mean, from the carriers from dying.
Yes. And we have Risk Adventure coming with the Ultralisks and Lurkers and a couple of Ravagers. He could definitely benefit from some links to just catch up with the siege tanks.
And Recto could probably benefit from having some mutas to catch the air from the previous two waves. Right now, his army is very ground heavy.
So they scanned the gases. So winning teams scan the gases, and accordingly they got their own gases as well, which is yeah, it's nice to see that they're aware of the situation. And bottom team scanned as well, but a bit earlier.
Yeah, so both teams are, for the most part, doing good things, and they, microwaving disruptors, responding to the air units. Some units could be, some waves could have more units than others, but otherwise, it is a pretty decent. It's nice to watch.
Oh, there's a lot of lurkers. Let's see if they can stack. There's 5 swarm hosts. So they're trying to get as much stacking units out as possible now. And we have Brood
Okay,
Lords as well.
I think 4 carriers and 4 Tempest is not that bad versus the carriers.
So it seems like they are rescanning the gases of the opponent. Or was it just yeah?
Those Thors are quite unfortunate, though. So we're approaching the T4 mark here. Let's see if the teams respond well to that.
They haven't autocasted it. So let's see when it comes. So we have more carriers from Shiz. He stopped 4 Tempest. So yeah, it's death by 1,000 cuts. Tier 4 finally kicks in. Let's see if the teams did teams already got it, or did I miss it?
Yeah, and the problem with T4 happening is once the winning team starts to know, starts completes their T4 and continues to get the upgrades, it's basically impossible for the losing team to come back.
Yes, yes. Back in the days, we did not had tier 4 for any of the direct strike games, so some of the games could last like up to an hour, which is very very tough for the computers since StarCraft only runs on one core. So basically, you have not a game, how we call it, we have a like entertaining slideshow of frame
Yeah,
by
it
frame
was.
showing
I
it.
remember playing, just hopping into some pub game of Desert Strike long, long, long ago.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't think I was born yet when you guys played Desert Strike.
oh, lovely.
Hmm.
And those games would last like an hour and a half sometimes, and it was my first game ever. And sure enough, it was one of those games where it was all about whose computer could handle it the most. People would just leave games because
Yeah, it's not playable
it was
really.
just too many units.
Would be nice if Protoss would have some disruptors to shoot down the Nexus quicker, but I guess the carriers have to do the job there. With the 10% speed increase, the one thing is that units move forward faster as well. So they reach the middle line, they reach the Nexus a couple seconds faster every time Tier 4 upgrades. With every Tier 4 level upgrade. So
So now that Kill Me Not's four gases have actually paid off, there is a slight possibility that they could hold their Nexus for the next 12 minutes.
they still would lose, I would say. Because the bunker is still
Mm.
alive, right? And they didn't had any significant middle income besides like the first couple of
Yes,
minutes.
yes, yes.
So even with the four gas, it's not going to be enough since the top team has three gas, and two gas. They're not going to win the income strategy. So how it goes for tournament edition games? Yeah, the games are finished by 40-minute mark by force, and if you haven't been able to kill either of each other's team's nexuses and planetary fortress, the game is determined by the mineral income. So basically, who mine more is gonna be the winner. I think this is it of the game.
Oh,
Yes,
right there, yes.
GG. Well played, both teams. The top
Yes,
team
for sure.
managed to be a bit stronger. Congratulations.
Yeah, GG's. I want to make a point there because there was some confusion about this income stuff after 40 minutes. People was thinking to selling units make some difference or something, you know.
Mhm.
So we need to explain that the making units or selling units doesn't matter. It's the from the refineries or from the standard income, what you gather the all over whole the game matters. Like the result, maybe you can explain better.
Yes, so basically it only matters the mineral income, not the how much minerals you have in the bank, but how much you have gathered by time, gases, and middle income, not by unit selling. Unit selling only gives back the money, but it doesn't generate new money.
Yeah.
Yep, so thanks for the games. We conclude this replay, and thanks for the watching.